how I made 19,000 in one single week. So I'm ready to head out to work right now. And before I head out, let me just explain how I made 19,000. I think it was 19,300,000 and 46 cents in one single week. And heck, for the people that don't know me, my name is Gabriel. I'm from Montreal, so it's freaking snowy outside. But let me explain how I did it, and it's not fucking rocket science. Okay, I might get demonetized for it, but I don't really care. I'm not even monetized, but anyways, that's not the point of this story. So basically, just to give you a big like a story, like a big background of myself, who I am, where I'm from, and how I was able to do it. It's nothing really crazy. You'll see why, because anyways. So basically, I grew up in academics, which means that I went to university, I did geology engineering, then I stopped because I went to software engineering instead. Then heck, that's what was my whole story. Everything that I knew of was engineering. That's what I knew, that's what I grew up with, that's what I knew, that's what I thought I was always gonna do. And I didn't know anything besides that. So during my time in engineering, I always knew that my brain was not made for engineering. I was just taught to be an engineer, but naturally I was not an engineer. I love speaking to people. That's why I'm making those videos, because I just love making videos. I'm not selling anything. I just do it for me. That's the main thing why I'm doing it, because I love speaking on videos. I've done videos, I've done content, I've done YouTube, I've done Twitch, I stream, and my peak was like 2,000 people on my stream. So all this to say, I love being with people. I love speaking with people. So beginning of 2025, I realized that like I'm finishing up this year, I'm graduating this year, and I don't know where I'm headed. Like, I don't really want to be an engineer. That's not the path I'm looking to. But one thing I know I learned is that I want to do what I'm good at. So I believe in God. I'm Christian. I grew up Christian, stopped being Christian, and at some point I became Christian again when I had an encounter with God. If you're not Christian, then it's fine, but like, that's my story, okay? And beginning of 2025, I was praying and I asked God, remove anything that's not meant for me and put me in situation that is meant for me. So before, I was all into Twitch, into streaming, into YouTube, and I basically on the 31st of December 2024, I stopped everything. I was like, you know what, let me just stop everything. So I did my last stream, I stopped all videos, I stopped every single thing, but I didn't know where I was headed. And in January, I was on Instagram, and someone that I was following who's really big in my city, and he's anyways, he has different businesses in my city. He's really big in my city. That's what I'm trying to say. He put a story on his feed, on Instagram feed, that he was looking for closers. Let me just take a sip of water because I'm thirsty. So he put up a story that he was looking for closers, and what did I do? I was like, that might be a sign, so let me just send him a message. So fast forward to now, I'm working as a closer for this guy because he's hosting one of the biggest events in my city. And at first, look, I don't have no experience in sales, so I just learned from what I know. And of course, he taught me a lot of things, how to sell, how to bring someone from point A to point B, how to find a problem and bridge it with a solution and bridge it like that. And of course, I didn't know anything about it until I started learning with him. And the reason I was able to make 19,000 is not because of how I was taught about him. Well, it's two things, okay? Because in the whole team, we're 7. I made the most money. Well, there's another guy as well who's more experienced in sales, but I was the second guy who made the most money in one single week. And the reason why is super simple. So I work in sales. So if you know sales, 19,000 is not crazy, bro. Not gonna lie, I know some guys making 100K per week in sales. When I'm talking sales, it's before commission. So my commission, it's 15%, 10 to 15%, depending on the variables. 10 to 15%, right? So if it's 10%, so like 19,000, I would get home like around 1.9K. That week I did a bit more. I did 20K and $100. So I brought home to 2K and 2K. $2,000 in one single week, which is super good. Like if you do the math, if I do this every single week, I would go to 8K per month, which is still good, which is a bit like just sub 100K per year, which is super good. And I think I could do even more. But the main thing that I've done differently than others is that I was genuinely interested by the person I'm speaking to. So people always confuse this. Business is always about people. If I'm selling you a product, I'm selling you to you. You are the someone that is gonna buy it from me. So if you wanna buy it from me, why would you be the one that buy it from me if I don't give a single shit about you? So I sell an event. An event is a luxury for most people, right? And if it's a luxury, then people don't see the real value. So what do? Let's say you're a realtor. Okay, you're a realtor. Okay, what do you do? Are you a realtor? Okay, why? Okay, but seriously, why do you do what you do? Like actually, what is the end goal? Like what made you become a realtor? And those deep questions make the person actually open up to you. And the more they open up to you, the more they understand like, okay, this is why I'm here. This is why I put my information in. So let me just recap this. The moment you're more interested in them than they're interested in you, that's where you can build a real connection. So if you're actually interested in them, they're more prone to open up to you. Because if I'm calling someone, I'm like, yo, why you wanna come? Like, okay, who are you to ask me this? But if you genuinely build a real connection with this person over the phone, and they actually open up to you, and you actually have a real sincere conversation, like a good 30-minute conversation, though this person is more prone to trust you, and the more they trust you, the more you know the problems, and you can bridge it of why you could be at this event and how it could benefit you. At the end of the day, if you just follow a script, you just follow a framework, people just see through it. The people see that you're trying to sell them. So my mindset when I'm on a call with someone is that I don't freaking care about if you're gonna buy or not, because there's some people I'm like, yo, look, do you even want to come? And some people would say yes, and I actually am serious with them. I'm like, yo, look, at the end of the day, those tickets are gonna sell. If you wanna come. If you don't wanna come. For me, I just found that I just know that it could benefit you for XYZ reason. If you don't wanna come, don't come. If you don't want to come, don't come. If you want to come. I had a pleasure talking with you, and that's pretty much it. Look, the difference between someone who's like, yo, this is why, and someone who's like, yo, look, I don't fucking care if you come or not, is that they're so laid back, and you're like asking themselves, like, do they even care that they're selling me or not? So that makes you even more connected to that person, because the person who's always, some people had that friend. They always talk to you when they need something, when they want something. But there's this other friend who just talks to you because he likes you. He likes you for you, your personality, your face, how you are and what you do. That's it. He doesn't care what you can bring for them. And that friend is a real friend. And that's how I was able to sell 19K. And that's without a framework. So now I'm thinking, if I'm really using a real framework, I think I could become really, really good. But at some point, I will use a real framework because there's certain levels that I can't get without a real framework, understanding some sort of psychology behind it and everything. But look, if you're selling, if you want to go into sales, don't go into, you'll make money, that's for sure. But be interested with the type of people you're talking to. Be interested by them. Know who you're talking to. If you like people, if you like being with people and talking to people, then you're in the right spot. If you're just doing it for the money and you hate people, then there's so many careers that you could do. Don't do this because you saw someone making a shit ton of money. Fuck. Mark Zuckerberg is a deca-billionaire, but like, or even more, like a trillionaire. I don't know how big he is, but like, is he a sales? Did he go into sales? No, but he sold his product because he's an engineer by trade. You know what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, do what you're naturally good at. Because the more successful people double down on what they're naturally good at, and the rest just follows.